Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel on my next Escape from Tarkov video. With all of the success people are having with my customs loot guide, I noticed there's a small hole in knowledge I left unfilled when making that video. I never did a great job of explaining where every cache was, or how to find some of the better hidden ones. Now while most of the ones on customs are easy to find, I occasionally have issues finding a few of them, and I've hit them hundreds of times. This is especially true when it's dark out. So I thought I'd put together a quick video here showing you all exactly where every cache was, and a few tricks to find some of the harder ones. So we're going to start off in the far corner over here. This cache is pretty easy to find. Just run to the far side of the dumpsters at the gate on the end of the road by the military base checkpoint player scav extract. After this, up the hill is a cache that can be easy to miss. This one is on the next stretch of fence up the hill from passage between rocks and the scav extract. If you're running towards dorms from the cache we just looked at, run through the little rock passage and stick to the right of the next rock outcropping. Follow the fence until it dead ends into a rock, and right there in the bush is this cache. If you're coming up from train, run past 3 sets of rocks and it will be right at the base of the bush to the left, right after the third rock. The cache in the middle of the hill next to power can be difficult to find. The easiest way to find this one, in my opinion, is to find this rock, run up the hill from it, and look for a tall tree and little tree next to each other, and the cache is between that. This one takes some practice, but after you hit it a few times, it becomes much easier to find. After that is the one next to the blue fence at power. It's in the bush in the section that is just behind the wagon with a weapon box in it. Down the hill from here, you will have one that is by the wall just outside of the big green tank at New Gas. The easiest way to find this one is it's right where the chain link fence meets the wall. Just to the left of the brown bush is a barrel cache. Right after this one is the one next to what we call close spawn. If you go back into the little notch out here and go to the left of the power truss, under the fence, and you'll find one stuck back in here. Moving down by the train tracks in this walled area, there's a cache here at the base of the light pole next to the broken wall. This one by bus can be a pain to find at times, and you always make a ton of noise in the bush getting to it. The best way to find it is to get where you're standing off the corner of the bus depot, then turn to your right, and it'll be there between the base of a tree and a fern. Close by this is one in a pile of tires. Right off the corner in this pile of tires, on the furthest one from the bush, is a tire with a cache in the middle of it. Then on the other end of bus depot, close to dorms, is a partially buried blue Connex. Inside this is also a cache. Be mindful that you will be loud going into here as you're running on metal. From here, you have another cache hidden in a tire. This one is by the mechanic shop next to Elbow. If you're looking at the door from outside, it's inside the tire farthest to the left. Over by the river, you have 2 caches. The first one is next to the furthest north set of pipes in the bushes. The second one is under the middle set of pipes, also in a bush. It's between the 2 concrete bases that have bushes in them. After this, we'll go over to the new area of customs, and 2 caches south of Alamo. The first one is just past the porta potties next to the tallest tree here. Right over the tracks, in this big pile of bushes, is another one. It's the furthest cluster you can go to before getting shot at by the invisible sniper scavs. The next cache is one I rarely hit because it is dangerous. You have to crawl under the loading dock for the trains. The fastest way to find it is to go to the side facing toward Alamo and go to the train car with pipes on it. It's centered under that train car under the loading dock. After this one, you have a cache behind Old Gas Station near Giving Tree. It's back in the corner and it's pretty easy to find. Moving over to the warehouse area, you have a cache between Warehouse 3 and Warehouse 2 in this pit. Filling in the middle of the map, we have 2 along the wall that runs down the center of most of customs. The first one is next to New Gas, on the side with the bus, in a bush behind the heating pipe. After this, all the way down the wall, on the other side of military CP, you have one in a bush. Be careful here, because if Sniper Scav is up, he can shoot at you. Down in the corner here at the admin gate extract for player scavs is a cache behind this tree. Then run down the road and you have 2 here next to the ZB-1011 extract. The first one is in the bush across the road against the wall, and the other is under the pipes running into the building next to ZB-1011. So this wraps up all 24 caches. I hope this helps you find them, and maybe I showed some of you veteran players 1 or 2 you didn't know about. Well, that wraps up the video. I hope you guys liked it. If so, make sure you hit that like button. It helps out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. Also, if you haven't yet, subscribe so you see when new content shows up. I stream on Twitch most weeknights, so come by and say hi there if you want to. And we have a Discord full of chilled, laid-back people who love to help out and answer questions, as well as brag about some of our awesome loot. So the link for that's down in the description too, so you can join there if you want to. Lastly, as always, thank you guys for watching the video. Your support is amazing and helps out in more ways than you guys can imagine. So with that, we'll wrap it up, and we'll see you in Tarkov.